Hello, welcome, Sharon at Be Divine Vintage. Today we're going to do the next simple step in the Grunge book. So if you remember yesterday we gutted, we took out the middle of the book there and we attached this, or I attached this rusted fabric with the little sparkles on. It was rusted by draining my rusting items onto it. So today we're going to take this to this next level where it is sealed. Some of the book has come through there, but that doesn't matter because this is going to be covered. But what I love on the back of this is the Mod Podge has sort of brought out some of the green, you know, from the iron. I think that looks really good. So we're going to do this today. Very easy. Been sweeping up in my craft room this morning. I don't know about you, but when I sweep up I find amazing little things that have just dropped and I think, oh, I'll use those. So they've gone in my rust box. So what we're going to do today, how am I going to do this? So this is the packaging paper that we get from Amazon here in the UK. I'm sure you get it wherever you are in the world. They're a pretty global company, and I would imagine they use the same sort of papers and envelopes and folders and things all over the world. Here's the book we did yesterday, and because I used a fine cotton, I put lots of Mod Podge on. Can you see how sort of flat it is? I've no real lumps or bumps on this, even though the corners are just folded over. So this book, actually, I didn't give you any measurements yesterday. It's 27 centimetres by 19 centimetres. And already I can hear you saying, what's that in inches? So it is 10 and a quarter inches by 7, almost 7.5. So I have cut some of this packaging paper, which wasn't easy because Amazon didn't give it me with nice right angles on it. I've cut a piece just big enough to cover up really the white area and just go a bit beyond. This will be covered, so you don't need to use your best papers here. So I've got my Mod Podge, yep, good old Mod Podge. Got my brush, let's just dry it off. This will be a really another quick video. I'm going to put my Mod Podge on there, just lather it on, and then tomorrow we'll look at doing some of the pages ready for the signatures. It's not a very thick book this, so I would imagine that there is probably about 3/4 of an inch. It's not going to be a huge book, but it's going to be a pretty book. So next, take my paper and I pop that in. Just sort of look where the middle is and pop that in. Everything's jingling. I've got little pots of vintage flowers and all sorts, vintage silk flowers and things on here because I am just going to go around the edges there. Yay, the messier the better. This reminds me of primary school. Like I say, it doesn't matter on this. As long as it's laid down nice and flat, that is the key thing. Because we don't want too many, although it is grungy, we don't want too many lumps and bumps. Make sure you get right in those creases there. You're almost decoupaging it on this paper because it is so thin. Ooh, I'm going to have to give this glass I can't remember what it's called. This a wash anyway. Oh, I've been suffering with. I'm trying to work out whether it's my age of menopause or whether it's chemotherapy fog from chemotherapy in the past. I don't know how long chemotherapy fog lasts, but I suddenly just can't remember any of my words. Oops. Turn over. Then I did exactly the same on here. I just got as much of this as really the fabric would would hold. Make sure I get into those creases. And put that Mod Podge on. So this is what will help to seal it. Probably the first of many layers of all sorts of things going on here. And it will also sometimes does change the colour slightly or immensely, like we saw all the green come out yesterday. Sometimes some of my rusted fabrics have gone darker with Mod Podge. So we're just going to paint that on there. Ooh, lovely and messy. Let's just lift that up. Remember that side's wet. I finished watching the Tim Holtz live last night. Wow. I love everything. Don't get me wrong. I love everything. But sometimes I just wonder how much creativity the designer, by that I mean like the products, the ideology products, how much creativity is taken away. Even down to that sellotape that we would normally sort of put alcohol inks on. I've seen other things done to make it look old. I mean, I've got some vintage sellotape, but you know, he's even created that now, which I think is a great idea, and I will no doubt get some for ease of use. Can't get anything in the UK, but these things do take away creative skills, don't they? Creativeness. I love all the stamps as well, but I've got so many stamps, and I think, you know, I don't always want mine to be on without the backing paper that they're on, because the backing paper that they're on tells a story too. I'm just going round that edge. Ooh, a bit carried away then. I'm just going round that edge too. So fasten everything down. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave that there for as long as it takes to dry. I'm going to go wash my Mod Podge, and I will wash this today. So there we go, part 2, getting our book ready for the exciting part of decorating. Tomorrow we're going to look at preparing some of the signatures. So I'm Sharon, this is Be Divine Vintage. Thank you for watching. Oh, a rather gluey thing has to touch my phone now. Thank you.